Happy Friday, everyone, and thank you for joining me for today's World Session. We're August 23rd, 2024. Now, I want to start off with a prayer of gratitude. So, gratitude for those who the people that join me weekly to do this work live, if you're able to, helps me so much to see things about myself. So a special thank you for those that come on with me weekly to the live recording. And of course, to all of those who happen to find these videos or watch on your own time, thank you to my little community that helps me so much to continue to do this work. Now, it's really cool to come on because we talk before the session goes on. So if you want to catch those nuggets that happen before the session, it would be really great to, if you can hop on with us, you would kind of get the inside scoop. All right, so that being said, we're going to work with the waning moon, the energies of the waning moon, and for that to help support the release of what came up is impatience. As soon as I say impatience, I start to contract. But we're going to bring in the liver here as to help organize and plan in. But this is not so much organizing and planning. It's in relation to digestion of experiences. So your history, your history, your story. So your life experiences where you pushed yourself about, where you were impatient with yourself in one way or another. So let's say if you're going through difficulty, whether that be, let's say, financial difficulty is coming in, or difficulty within relationships, or difficulty with your health, where there was a lack of compassion. There's already a burp here happening for a release. So we're going to bring in this liver. We're going to use its ability to organize and plan and mull through. It just feels like, it looks like hay, or some kind of like organic decomposing like leaves, or like mulch within the liver. And this is all of that backed up story. So recipes, beliefs about yourself, who you think you are, and this pushy impatience, just expecting yourself to get on with it, like hurry it up. So we're going to do a surgery to the liver. We're going to bring in the lymphatic drainage through the liver, linking this into and bringing in the spleen, because that's the garbage truck. We want that garbage truck of our body to be taking out the toxins. So it's also going to release memories that are stored within that lymphatic system. We need those out, old stories about yourself. And it's creating this kind of like backlog into the brain. It's like the lymphatic system and the liver. We need to get those working really well together within processing old stories. So your history, so emotional baggage, some active memories that are in there, and actual hard times that you've went through that are being stored within your body mind. We need those out. So we're going to bring that release to the using that energy of the waning moon to out with it. Same thing with the spleen, but there's a backlog of memories within the lymphatic system and within that spleen. So we need to dump that out. So I'm even talking really quickly. So I'm going to slow down. So we need to go very systematically through the system. So as this impatience is coming in, it's like, just get on with it. Just get on with it. Okay, I just want to shift this. I just want this to feel better. I just want my life to change. I just want this situation to be different. Well, if you go really quick and you're impatient with yourself, then maybe you're missing the nuggets of wisdom along the way. Maybe you're going to miss the point. And then going, well, just get on with it is very goal oriented. It's like, I just want to feel better, and I want to feel better now. Well, of course, when you're not feeling well, or there's a hard time in your life, it's natural. It's like, I don't want to feel uncomfortable all the time. but a slowing down would allow a potential for consciousness to shift some way. Maybe you would observe or notice something about yourself that you haven't noticed before. And there's no forcing awareness. You shift when you shift. And sometimes it seems like you're still working with the same thing or the same repeated pattern over and over. But you're a universe upon yourself, unto yourself. So, I mean, it's like you're not a drop in the sea, you are the ocean. So who knows, you just keep observing and then you keep seeing it from a different angle. It's like, well, you turn the apple, you see it from one side, and then you turn it on the other side, and you're just observing something. And that observation shifts. That observation is the shift. So when you're going fast, then you can miss the shift. You can miss the lesson or that opportunity to let something go or notice something about yourself that you didn't see before. Now, it doesn't need to be yucky things. It could be like, oh my God, I didn't realize that I'm really good at painting, or I didn't re or and then or creating something, or I didn't realize that this thing about myself. Now you can think about that for yourself, but there's something here. So I'm going to slow down and just wait a minute. And it's like you don't give yourself a chance. So that cutting yourself, that impatience cuts you off at the knees. Don't even give yourself a chance. So let's say you've taken up pottery, for example, and you've done it over the span of 5 months or 6 months, and then you're like, well, this is not working. I'm just going to chuck it. Well, you have no idea how long it takes to become a master potter. For example, you have no idea the ceramics, like how many trials and tribulations those artists went through, how many years they took in refining. So it's not to become the masters, just makes a lot of mistakes. Oh, there's a huge release of grief coming through here through the eyes. So this is what you seeing yourself clearly, or the expectations of yourself. So seeing your expectations of yourself. Whew. So there's huge release of sadness and of grief coming through. This is draining actually out of the prefrontal cortex, this frontal lobe, the eyes. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance. Great. So we're going to link in the lymphatic system, get a nice circulation of the lymph moving. And now the sentence is like, well, cleanliness is close to godliness. So we want to clean up any thinking that you have about yourself, right? Or about your life. So how do you do that? Well, you ask good questions. It's not about the answer, it's about the next question. Right? So sometimes you need someone to ask you those good questions. You need someone to observe you. So as we're doing in this work. So say if you have muscle pain, then you would seek out a massage therapist who would tend to the muscles, would observe your body in that way, the muscles, and release the tension there. Perhaps you would seek out a practitioner, an energy worker, or a psychologist, or a doctor, it doesn't matter, someone who can observe within you what's ready to be shifted. And so this is where we're going to leave the session. This is the power of this work. And it's realizing and seeing that you are not the doer, you are being done. And everything shifts in its own time. And it's to slow down, to catch those glimpses of yourself, seeing yourself clearly undoes the knots of lies that you have or that you believe about yourself and your life. And that's the transmutation. So I'm looking back at the liver, starting to dump. We need to link it in with the small intestine. So the gut brain for discernment. So it'll start to, like a filing cabinet, start to go through these backlog of files, and the intuitive brain or the gut brain will come in and go, okay, well, this is ready to be transmuted into wisdom. This one's ready to go down into junk files. Oh, we can let go of this one completely. Oh, this one we need to read over one more time before we let that one go. Whatever. Spleen is nice and pink. Oh, lymphatic system's moving. I'm feeling relaxed. My breath. The only thing is that my brow feels a little congested and my sinuses feel a little congested. So we're going to bring in a body chemistry, a general body chemistry to the sinuses and the mucous membranes within the nose and this whole sinus area. So to help release any um, to help with this detoxification, to help with this release. All right. If you have any questions, comments, know anyone who would benefit of this, please go ahead and share these videos. That helps me so much. If you have any questions that you don't want to comment out publicly, please email me. It'd be such a pleasure to connect with you. And if you would like to receive a personal session, please reach out. It's my pleasure to be in service. Thank you so much and see you next week.